Seattle Seahawks, 3.5 against the Niners. We don't like to bet Thursdays, but dude,
Yeah, we might have to, Chad. This is a pretty good scenario. It's another home dog in a divisional game and a team that I feel like everyone has completely gotten off the boat. The Seahawks, that was Gino's worst game. That was his worst game of the year against that Carolina D. And I can't fault people for saying, well, the 49ers D is even better version of that Carolina's defense. And we know that McCaffrey has been out of this world for this 49ers team, and they've been running the ball so well these last couple of weeks. I mean, not that I was bashing Jimmy G, but I just said Jimmy G wasn't worth to the 49ers as much as people thought he was, where he was just mostly a game manager. I only moved to half a point when Brock took over. That was like literally the only difference I saw of it. Now it's equal, and I still might be a little too underrating Brock Purdy here. Like, that was a really good game by him. He ran the ball. He had some good throws. I mean, he was able to read a defense, which I still can't believe he was able to do, just because of what he's coming from. He's the last pick in the draft. Usually these guys have major flaws. Kyle's hiding his flaws right now, but he's going up against a Seahawks team that Pete does really well against Kyle and this offense. Historically, the Seahawks, even the last 5 games you go back, they're 4-1 straight up against this 49ers team. And that's when Jimmy was healthy and playing. Now they got a young kid in there in a spot that's just such a short turnaround. That's my biggest thing to me, is the fact that not only do I like the matchup for the Seahawks offense, I think this is kind of the same thing where they're going to spread it out and they'll be able to throw the ball through the air against this 49ers team. But the fact that it's a short week and the Seahawks had such a bad loss at home on this short week just a couple of days ago, but the 49ers on the other side, they just blew out Tampa Bay. Like, they're going to definitely be feeling good Monday, still be thinking a little bit about that game on Tuesday, and then maybe get their head turned around for Seattle by Wednesday. When you look at the flip side, it's like the Seahawks already turned the page. They're like, all right, let's get over that one. Now we're playing for our division here. And that's what this kind of is. This is like a divisional. Whoever wins this, has a potential to win this division. And the Seahawks need this to make the playoffs. So there's a bunch of things I like about it, but the biggest one is I make this line 2.
well, I'm glad you put a number on it, as in it should be rated at 2. It's a buy low, sell high, right? Like, Brock
Right.
Purdy was nearly perfect in the
Yeah.
first half against the Bucks. Every throw that he needed to make was in the exact right spot. Can you expect those circumstances to replay themselves on Thursday night, on a short week, on the road in Seattle? Everything lined up for him perfectly the other day. So I agree. This is the spot where we've struggled this year on Thursday nights. Do we really want to back the home dog? You've smartly been like on the Buffalo side in that Patriots game and a couple other spots, but
Yeah.
this does feel like you're getting the hook, you take the hook.
Yeah. And just usually there is value with going with the favorites on these spots, but I feel like the value is totally shifted in this position where the Seahawks, there's just too many points now where I do agree the 49ers, there is a gap there. They are a better team, but I mean, that's just so many weeks in a row to put together just playing that well. They're going to get tripped up, and this is a perfect matchup to get tripped up in. It's just a divisional game. It's going to be ugly and close. The fact that we're getting over 3.5, it's like, man, it's something I love. If this wasn't a Thursday game, if this was a Sunday game, this would be one of my bigger bets of the week. But like you just talked about, because the favorites do get a little bit more of a bump on Thursdays, it's giving me a little bit of hesitancy. But the 3.5 is just such great value. I just can't pass on that.